So, good morning, guys. One Key Car Garage here. We are inside our project Honda Accord and ran into one small issue. And the vehicle, the version of the Honda Accord, the 2006 that we have here, it came with a leather interior. It was a gray leather interior. Um, the driver's seat was power, so that hooked up very well. Um, the passenger seat, however, was a manual leather seat, so the adjustment was manual. You had a lever on the front and on the side to recline and move the seat back and forward. On our donated vehicle, the seat that we took out of our donated vehicle is a power seat, and the driver's seat hooked up, no issue, same connectors. But on the power seat, um, as you can see on this side, we have the airbag connectors and three other connectors here. Assuming one of them is probably the has to do with the heated seats. Not so sure, but you guys can look that up. But what we were missing was this plug right here. Okay, and as you can see on the factory harness on the passenger side, that plug is non-existent. So I was able to hook up the airbag. I was able to hook up what I'm assuming this is probably the heater, and there was no place for these two to go. Okay, so the seat arrived in a slightly reclined position, going backwards, so it was tilted a little back in a more relaxed mode. So for a young man here, I'm thinking he will most of the time be driving by himself, hopefully. But in case you have a passenger, at least you want this to be in the standard position if you cannot adjust it. Okay, so I did not want it to be too reclined, and to have the power seat permanently. I'm gonna need to rig this up somehow to the probably the fuse box, and run a wire like that so we can have our all-time adjustments on demand. All right, this video, however, is only going to address this temporary fix here to raise that back forward or slide it back and forth, and then you can set it and forget it. And whatever passenger you have, hopefully they, it's a comfortable position for them. But in any event, so the goal here was to directly connect a 12-volt power to the seat to facilitate adjusting it and leaving it in the position we wanted to. Okay, so when I went to the junkyard, I received two of these with the new seats. Okay, and this is how they come. It's, as you can see in this version, it's only three connectors from the factory. Okay, so you have that, you have this, which we no longer have on this side, and then we have the airbag connector. All right, so what I did with the second loom was went ahead and we did some, growing up, MacGyver was my favorite, one of my favorite TV shows. So in any event, went ahead, and this is the aftermath of this. Okay, went ahead, try to isolate what went to what. So by reason of deduction, I came to the conclusion that this wire is an airbag, has nothing to do with the seat adjustment. This one has nothing to do with the seat adjustment, because we have these here and we plugged them in before and nothing happened as far as seat adjustment. So by reason of deduction, guys, kind of common sense. So I went ahead, took this apart. This was attached to the same loom, but they were not spliced to the same wires or anything, so throw that away. And what we ended up with is, sorry guys, so this is a factory loom. We're gonna put that to the side. We're not gonna do anything with that right now, okay, since we are not gonna attempt to do this off the car power. Okay, and it's a good thing to have your battery disconnected whenever you're working with any airbag systems. All right, this was the other piece we took off the original, so we threw it there. It had nothing to do with that. So we ended up with this loom right here. Okay, so what I did in this case was, by reason of deduction or testing, trial and error, went online, tried to find what wires went to what. None of them were really clear, so I just decided to go down the list. All right, and presuming that the black wires are going to be your negative wires, or your ground. Okay, I hooked up, I had to use my jumper because the other battery I wanted to use, the 12 volt, I had to put on a charger, and just wanted to get this done. So these are the leads that I have from my these are some test leads that I have from a Pep Boy kit, the Gator clips. All right, hooked it up to our positive, negative, maintain the factory plug. All right, and what we do with a factory plug is plug it into the connector, this connector right here. If I can, that connector, clipped it in. All right, and as you can see, I tied off the ones that worked. Okay, so after testing, negative, positive, and I assume the color coded ones beside the black ones were going to be your positive terminals. So what I did, I went ahead, and guys, try this at your own risk. I'm not liable for any damage. You might cost your vehicle, but I'm just showing you what I had to go through to get this adjustment for now. All right, so positive, negative. All right, make sure none of the other wires are touching. And oops, I have to turn this on first. So I turn that on. All right, and see, I got forward and back movement, guys. All right, so take it up to about where I wanted it to go. Turn this back off, take our leads off. All right, so in the future, I know that, and what I realize is that the for the seat adjustment wires are a little thicker than the other accessory wires, because they require more power. Okay, so set those to the side. The next ones that I isolated were this ground here, and it was just a matter of trial and error, guys. So the forward and back was a red and white wire, okay, and one of the negatives, and you might have to trial and error with the negative ones to see which ones coordinate with that. Okay, and you have about 4 of them, so it's not that bad. All right, so on this one, on the next one, all right, that I have tied together over here, we isolated the blue and white, okay, with the black. So got the black there. That kind of came off a little bit, but, and this should give us our recline. Okay, guys, so oops, it works, trust me. Well, yeah, the wire's a little stripped, but this was the one that coordinated with the forward and back movement. All right, so it does not want to cooperate now, but trust me, it worked, because you can probably look at the video, the previous video, but it was reclined all the way back, and now it's even with the driver's seat. And that's it, guys. I mean, temporary fix for now, and so you have your, and then assuming the other wires are for your up and down adjustments. So that was it, guys. I had to MacGyver this one, and it paid off in the short term. In the long run, I'm gonna have to come up with a system to get this functioning properly. Or what I might end up doing, if that don't work, or if it's not working, I might just swap these out with the manual seats that I already have. Just swap the leather on top of the base. All right, guys, and that's it. One Key Car Garage here. I don't believe I've seen this done anywhere, but Like I said, that's a temporary fix. I had to MacGyver it up, and for now I'm, you know, happy-go-lucky. So until then, guys, have a good one, and talk to you soon.